What's up, guys? It's McMastodon, and welcome to the Secret Santa box. So, I wanted to do Secret Santa on my Minecraft server with my friends, but I want the name that I draw to be random, I want it to be secret, and I don't want to accidentally get my own name under any circumstances. So, what I've done is I've created this Secret Santa box to do just that. Grab your name from the chest. Okay, so I am Santa, so I will take my name. Insert your name in hopper, press button, receive name. Okay, I'll put my name in there. I'll press the button. I got a name. I got Donder. Donder, one of my reindeer. 4. Take your name back out of the lower hopper. Return your name to the chest. Okay, let's see. The lower hopper. Oh, Santa. Okay. Sounds like it reset. And I put my name back in the chest. So nobody knows that I've already drawn a name, just in case. So that's what we're trying to do. And let's take a look at what's going on behind the scenes. Okay, so it's a little complicated, but not too bad. But like I said, the whole point of all of this is so that I don't get my own name, and it's essentially random. So let me get on with showing you how it gets built. Okay, for starters, you're going to need 2 pieces of paper for each of the people that are going to be participating in your event, and you're going to have to name them with the person's name. So we have Santa, Mrs. Claus, Dasher, Dancer, all the reindeer. We have Frosty. There's really no effective limit to the number that you can do, but you're just going to have to add more hoppers, basically, to kind of queue them up. And when you start doing that, it's not necessarily random. Only the first 9 can technically be in the dispenser the first time. So the first person would only get the first 9 names, but for all intents and purposes, it's mostly random. So you're going to need a footprint about like this. It's 10 wide and 6 deep for the redstone, but you won't need this back corner. You won't need this front corner. The blue is the area, or the wall that the user will be seeing, and the yellow is the footprint of where the user will be standing. Okay, so let's start with the dispenser that's going to be spitting out the names. It's going to be right here, but we're gonna go up 5, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to place it facing out towards the user, and then we're going to need 2 hoppers below that, and they're going to be pointing back. Now the hopper that they're going to be putting their name into is going to be here, and then we're going to need a dropper tower here, so it's going to be, it needs to get back up to, whoops, they need to be pointing up, and then this last one needs to be pointing over here. We're going to have hoppers that go back into the main dispenser, and then we're going to point one more, and it's going to be one more dropper. It's going to be pointing into this hopper here, like that. And now we don't need these, and we don't need this. We just need to have the hoppers that will be returning, and they go like this. It's a little awkward, like that, and we won't need that block. Okay, so I've gone ahead and built the first circuit for this, and this part is going to be the button that the user presses, and it's going to be the wall one of the walls that they see. So I've done it in red because it's going to be sort of holiday colors. And so you're just going to have a button here, and that's over to and out to from the dispenser. And it's you're going to have a button with redstone on top, and then a block down, redstone behind it, and then you're going to have a repeater coming out of that block set to 4 ticks. Go ahead and set it to 4 ticks, and a torch on the side of that block there with a sticky piston facing back towards the machine. And then you're going to need come up a block and have 2 blocks with redstone on top, and then have another sticky piston next to that that's facing this way. And then you're going to have your circuit come out 2 more and then step down, so that when this fires, it's going to cut the redstone right here. and then have the redstone come into a block here with a torch on it, and have a repeater set to the first tick, pointing back into the hopper that empties out from the dispenser. So what happens now is you press the button, and this one fires after a brief delay, or this one retracts after a brief delay and then re-expands. But this one, this part of the circuit here, you're just going to get a little bit of a flash off with the torch. Let me see if I can show it. Boom, it just flashes off for like one tick, and that is just enough to let out one piece of paper from the dispenser, and that's very important. Okay, this next circuit here in orange is basically just your standard sorter, hopper sorter mechanism. So it's a comparator coming out of this first hopper under the dispenser with a block with redstone right there, and then another one back here, and then you have a repeater pointing back towards this block with a torch on it that's under the second hopper down. Basically all that does is it holds this hopper from receiving anything until this hopper has 23 items in it. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill it with whatever. So right now I've got iron. You can put dirt, whatever, anything that stacks to 64. And you're going to fill that up all the way except the first slot. And then you can go ahead and load up your dispenser with all your names and just one copy of each of the names. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in, and 9 of them go into the dispenser, and then 3 stay in this hopper behind it. So basically all we have here is when this gets the next name, it will have a signal of 2 from this comparator, and that will turn this torch off, which will let it down. But we delay that from happening by having this piston back here have a block that cuts the signal until the button is pressed. This next circuit is pretty straightforward. It's just a mechanism to trigger the dropper tower to get the items back up, and we want to get all the items. We don't want anybody's name left in here. So basically it's just a comparator coming out of the bottom dropper into a block with a torch on the side, and then next to that is another block with a redstone on top and a torch on the backside next to the dropper, and then you need a block up here. So what happens is as soon as there's a signal from the comparator, you get a torch burnout over here, which triggers the dropper multiple times, and actually triggers both of these multiple times, and makes sure that all the items clear out. And then you just do it again, 2 blocks higher, torch on the side, redstone on top, another torch next to the dropper, and then you still need this block up here because that needs to be powered in order to get the burnout. And we're almost done. We just have the trigger circuit left, so that is it's initiated down here. So when the name drops into this lower hopper, you have a comparator coming out from there into an obsidian block with a torch on the back and a sticky piston next to that will extend. Then we'll have a block above the torch with another torch on top and a redstone on top of this block over like this, and a repeater going into the dispenser set to 1 tick. Then we're going to have another block next to this one with redstone on top, and another here also with redstone on top. And we don't want that to happen, so we need a block on top like that to cut that circuit. And this repeater needs to be set to 3 ticks. Oh, and there needs to be a block up here so that it powers, which powers the redstone and triggers the dispenser. And that about does it, guys, for the redstone. All you need to do is just kind of neaten it up, clean it up. So you're going to need 2 slime blocks here. Put any kind of wall block, anything you want to be your wall. I'm going to use green because I'm going to go with the red and green motif. And then you fill in your wall like this. so they don't see all of the redstone. And you'll do maybe red on the sides. You'll need an obsidian block right there for the opening, and then you can do red out here. And then these blocks have to be obsidian, so I just go ahead and make an obsidian floor like that. And then this is where the user will go. So if Rudolph comes along, he'll put his name in, press the button, he gets a name, and then it opens and switches to where he takes his name back out, and the system resets. So that's basically how it works. I just want to spend a little more time going over exactly a few of the nuances and exactly how it works in a few certain places. So there's a torch back here that quickly turns off in order to allow just one name to drop out of the dispenser. So if Rudolph puts his name in here, then if his name is in there, it will drop out, and it did. So Rudolph can't get his own name, right? So that happens before the dispenser triggers. So Rudolph doesn't get his own name. But there is one circumstance where if nobody gets the last person to go, so let's say Santa waits until the end to draw his name, it's possible for Santa to be the only name left. So in order to guard against that, this torch also holds whoever placed their name in this hopper, so that Rudolph won't get picked by the next person. So it's not 100% random, but what that does is it prevents the last person's name from being the last one in the system, so that if the second to last person goes, he not only won't get his name, but the last person is going to get that person's name if it's still in there. I don't know if that makes complete sense, and I don't want to spend too much time explaining that, but that's why we have it set that way. Well, there you have it, guys. That's the Secret Santa box. I hope you like it. I hope you have fun with it. I hope you have a great holiday season. I know I'm going to build this on at least one of the servers I play on, and we're going to do this. It's not 100% optimized. It could probably be made smaller. Somebody could probably make it smaller. Somebody could probably make it better. If you can, let me know. If you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. But until then, I'm McMastodon. This is the Secret Santa box. And everybody, happy holidays.